The lights are blazing, the cameras are rolling, and the entire entertainment world is vibrating with one question tonight. What on earth is happening inside the Combs family now? Because according to multiple reports and alleged insider claims, the drama surrounding Sean Diddy Combs isn't slowing down. It's multiplying. And this time, it's not coming from investigators, lawsuits, or the media. It's coming from his own home, his own bloodline, his own children. Yes, while Diddy faces the most intense legal storm of his life behind federal walls, a different kind of storm is reportedly brewing among the people closest to him. And insiders allege that his children, the very heirs to the Combs empire, may be preparing to challenge, confront, and possibly seize financial power from Diddy's 85-year-old mother, Janice. A woman who has stood by him since the days he was hustling mixtapes out of a trunk. If that already sounds like a movie plot, just wait, because the details swirling behind the scenes are even wilder, even messier, and even more explosive than anyone expected. According to reports, Diddy had barely been in federal custody for a handful of days before things started going wrong. Not gradually, instantly. Insiders allege that officials extended his expected release timeline almost immediately, pushing it back a full month. And why? Because according to prison documents and major outlets, he was allegedly caught making an illegal three-way call. Not only that, he was reportedly asking someone to bring in cash in a paper bag. And if that wasn't enough, it's claimed he was caught drinking behind bars. 3 days in. 3. Not even a full business week. And already the kind of misconduct that has federal officials watching him with hawk eyes. For the public, it was shocking. For critics, it was predictable. But for his children, according to people familiar with the family's reaction, it was terrifying. Because if their father couldn't control himself inside a controlled environment, how was he supposed to protect his empire from collapsing? And this is where things allegedly took a dramatic turn. Multiple insiders claim that the children, Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, the twins Jesse and Delilah, and Little Love, started to seriously consider the possibility that the Combs empire could slip out of their hands completely, not because it was being taken, but because of who currently controls it. Their grandmother, Janice. Janice is 85. Tough, sharp, and loyal. Yes, but 85. And if anything were to happen to her, everything she controls would immediately fall into probate, wills, inheritance battles, taxes, disputes, and total chaos. Insiders claim the kids saw the writing on the wall. If they didn't secure financial control now before things spiraled further, they might never get the chance. And that's when the whispers began. Whispers of lawyers, whispers of asset protection, whispers of a possible internal takeover. According to the National Enquirer, yes, a tabloid, but one that insiders say occasionally hits the mark in Hollywood drama, Diddy's 7 children have allegedly begun lawyering up, quietly forming a united front to position themselves as the next rightful financial decision-makers of their father's empire. Not when he's gone, not someday in the future. Now, their reasoning, insiders claim, is simple. If their grandmother currently holds access and control to major assets, then those assets must be transferred before anything unexpected happens. Otherwise, the family could lose millions to taxes, legal processes, or opportunistic outsiders. But here's the twist. According to reports, Diddy allegedly doesn't trust his children with that level of power. Not right now. Not with everything he's facing. Sources claim he wants everything protected through a living trust, something that makes emotional decisions, financial disagreements, and family conflicts far less likely. In other words, he allegedly wants the control to stay with someone loyal, not someone impulsive or inexperienced. And that loyal figure has always been Janice. But Janice is 85. 85. And, insiders say, fiercely protective, fiercely opinionated, fiercely unwilling to let go of anything her son built. Her stance, according to people close to her, she is not stepping aside for anyone, children or not. And that's where the alleged tension erupted. Because while the kids live glamorous lives, jet-setting across states and countries while Diddy sits in custody, their spending habits have raised eyebrows. Reports show Quincy on luxury island trips, Christian buying diamond-encrusted watches and designer jackets, Chance horseback riding on beaches, and the twins enjoying yacht days in matching bikinis. All while, according to insiders, Diddy's financial team is reportedly tightening every bolt they can. And the kids? They're allegedly nervous that access could be cut. Imagine living your whole life knowing everything you have. Every flight, every outfit, every opportunity is powered by the empire your father created. And suddenly, that empire is cracking under pressure, and the one person who might have authority to block your access is your grandmother. So what do? According to insiders, you lawyer up. Now picture Janice hearing that. A mother who raised Diddy through unimaginable hardship. A woman who stood by him for decades of fame, chaos, scandal, and success. Sources claim she has no plans to let her grandchildren dictate the financial direction of her son's empire, especially not while he's behind bars and unable to defend his decisions. And as the pressure builds, the legal advice pours in from all angles. Some experts say everything should go to a trust. Some say the kids should take over. Some say Janice must remain in charge to avoid financial disaster. Others say the kids are blowing money too freely. And allegedly, no one in this family trusts the other enough to make a move without legal backup. Insiders claim Janice is old-school tough. The kind of tough that doesn't bend, doesn't flinch, and doesn't take orders from anyone younger. Especially not grandkids. She watched grow up in luxury while she fought through real struggle. If anyone thinks they can push her out of her son's empire, sources say they are in for the fight of their lives. But here's the darkest part of this entire situation, according to family insiders. Even if Diddy wanted to transfer everything to a trust, even if he wanted to remove access from his kids, even if he wanted full protection, he may not have the ability to do so freely anymore. Because if he gets into further trouble, if more violations happen, if investigations expand, authorities could step in and freeze certain assets, seize others, or require oversight that cuts his family out of key decisions entirely. So now the stakes aren't just high, they're historic. Millions on the line, family reputation on the line, legacy on the line. And according to those watching closely, Diddy may be stuck in the middle of a multi-directional war he can't control. A mother who won't let go, children who won't wait, a fortune that cannot sit unprotected, and a legal storm that grows more dangerous each day. But inside this whirlwind of lawyers, accusations, hidden agendas, and whispered motives, one question rises above everything else. A question insiders say could determine where the Combs empire goes from here. What happens if Janice refuses to hand over control, the kids refuse to back down, and the federal pressure intensifies at the same time? Because that, according to insiders, is where the real battle begins. As the drama continues to unfold behind closed doors, sources allege that the tension within the Combs household is only intensifying. Insiders claim that while Diddy remains behind bars, his children are reportedly growing increasingly bold, allegedly strategizing ways to assert influence over the empire they've always benefited from, but never fully controlled. From lavish trips across continents to designer shopping sprees, the reports paint a picture of young heirs accustomed to luxury, yet increasingly aware that the power to access the empire could shift without warning. And the whispers suggest that these moments of indulgence are not just vacations or casual spending. They are, according to some insiders, calculated moves, signaling readiness and positioning for the financial showdown many say is looming. Meanwhile, Janice, the matriarch of the family, is said to be standing her ground with unparalleled resilience. Sources allege that she is fiercely protective of the assets she's been entrusted with, and while her age may suggest vulnerability to some, insiders claim it has only strengthened her resolve. Her decades-long experience navigating the highs and lows of Diddy's career, coupled with a lifetime of handling complex family dynamics, allegedly gives her the confidence to resist any pressure from her grandchildren. And it's that combination, children allegedly pushing, grandmother allegedly holding firm, and Diddy absent from the center of it all, that insiders say is creating an unprecedented storm. Legal advisors, according to reports, have weighed in heavily on the matter, offering guidance that some say could determine the course of the empire. Experts allegedly suggest establishing a living trust as a safeguard, giving Diddy, even from behind bars, a mechanism to ensure his intentions are preserved while minimizing internal conflicts. Such a structure, insiders say, could prevent emotional disputes and reduce the risk of impulsive decisions by the children. Yet the very act of setting it up is reportedly fraught with tension, with differing opinions on who should oversee the trust and how powers should be allocated. At the same time, the children, according to reports, are allegedly testing boundaries. Social media glimpses of their lifestyles, from tropical vacations to international excursions, allegedly serve as subtle reminders of the wealth they stand to inherit. Some insiders say that the trips, private jet rides, and high-profile outings are both a display of privilege and a strategic move, signaling to family members and the public alike that they are actively engaged in the empire's world. And while some of these actions could be perceived as reckless or purely indulgent, the sources allege they're calculated steps in a larger play for influence and eventual control. Adding to the complexity, reports claim that Diddy himself is allegedly aware of the internal power struggles and is attempting to navigate them carefully. Even from prison, insiders say, he is reportedly weighing the best way to protect his legacy, maintain his family's stability, and ensure that his children do not make moves that could jeopardize their inheritance. Some experts allegedly suggest that putting clear structures in place now, including trustees, bank oversight, and defined legal pathways, could prevent a potential family implosion later. The alleged friction is not just financial, it's personal, emotional, and generational. Insiders claim that decades of family dynamics, sibling rivalries, and parental influence have all converged at this critical moment. Reports suggest that the children may be feeling entitled to certain aspects of the empire, while Janice is allegedly focused on preserving her late husband's and son's legacy with as much integrity as possible. As the world watches, insiders allege that one thing is clear: the Combs family is navigating uncharted waters. The stakes have never been higher. Emotions are running hotter than ever, and the alleged maneuvers, strategies, and confrontations continue to unfold, revealing a drama that blends Hollywood luxury with real-world stakes in a way few could have anticipated. According to reports, each passing day brings new developments, new legal consideration, and new personal confrontations, creating a story that insiders say will be talked about for years to come. And while no one can predict exactly how this saga will resolve, insiders allege that the decisions made now, who controls the money, who holds the trust, who has influence over key assets, will define the legacy of Sean Diddy Combs, his children, and his family for generations. Sources continue to claim that the drama is far from over. The stakes remain sky high, and every move, every legal filing, every social media post, and every conversation could tip the balance in a story that insiders allege is already shaping up as one of the most explosive family sagas Hollywood has seen in decades. If you want to stay updated on every twist and turn in this explosive Diddy family saga, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop a like so you don't miss a single update, and comment below. We want to know what you think is going to happen next, who will take control, and who will be left out. Let us know your thoughts.